Hey, what's going on? It's Michael. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get a startup business loan up to $2 million with bad credit, even good credit, business credit cards included, and startup friendly business to start with low investment, low risk. It can cash flow well. Take this, we can put it into Bitcoin, trade it at 1 to 3% or whatever that is at, how it's performing. It's going too slow. We can put it in another crypto, other cryptos, and then we can take that and put it into an insurance policy, an IUL or whole life, and you're borrowing against that. And so then we can use that to buy, purchase whatever we're doing there for an asset or assets that will appreciate in cash flow well. Now that we can use that cash flow too to pay off what we got from the insurance policy, which is acting as our loan. So we are our own bank. There are more things that I can get into and where to invest in, and I'm not going to get into all of that here. What I do want to focus on, though, is the startup business loan, business credit cards, and what you can do as an alternative for what you're thinking right now, and why, in fact, this way would be a lot better where you can have something that's automated, passively running for you when you build it the right way. You can do this from home as a home business and from many places. So I'll be getting into that and more showing you as I switch over tabs. So please stick with me before I start doing any of that. If it's your first time here, I'd like you to know that I've been around for a very long time in helping people with funding. I don't only do funding at a high level, I know business at a high level. Customer lifetime value, customer acquisition costs, looking at the numbers overall, metrics, understanding them, iterating, making the right business decision and decisions. I know how to identify businesses' problems, constraints, help fix, grow, scale them. I do a lot in the business funding, business credit. As you can say, business funding is a part of business credit. So revenue-based funding, cash flow-based funding without collateral. There's business credit, collateral, there's equity, liquidity, you can say is a form of all of this. Is there enough liquidity, usable liquidity, market value, price? There's a lot of different things. And then what also the lender and the funder is willing to accept and what they're looking at to accept. There's also so much I've done in real estate in different types of properties, build up construction projects. I'm the introverted, analytical, cerebral person. The numbers, mathematically, systems, writing is my best thing. Think of me as the back end partner of a business that's helping in the operations, overseeing things, project management, you could say. And I have my hands in things, specializing also. You could look at it as more general, general to specific. And I've been doing business for a while. I've put together business plans, investment proposals, I've gone through a lot of financials, bank statements, credit reports, and it's not all about what and how I execute. I can do that at a high level. What's most important and what you should understand this about yourself too, and this is something that you can grow into, and even more, is being the right person. What I mean by that is having the right character and characteristic traits, your governing principles, your values, your vision, your mission, your morals, your ethics, what you stand for, and not going against your values and everything that does come in and tries to block you and keep you away from it, you push that to the side. And if you have to reevaluate your own, then you do so. And at the core of this, I've built personal growth and development, self mastery, and I'm always people over profits, community driven. What project and projects can I get in that are more community focused based, the mission, the sustainability, the governance, the environmental factor, and there's so much more. So I just wanted you to know that. And as not only a business owner, an entrepreneur with multiple businesses, is I have your best interest at heart and that I'm very energy and time efficient. Without that being said, I'm an indirect person. I can be direct when I have to be with the right people at the right time, the situation. I just want to lead you to the solution. And I'm going to help you in every way possible. And that's if you're not going to be this person who abandons everything, self sabotages, self defeats. And that's just human nature. It happens. When this up here has not been so much developed, has not had the mentality, the calmness, the patience, the emotional control, the volatility that goes on, and the obnoxiousness that I see, the ignorance, the stubbornness, the ego, ignorance. There's so many things that can get in front of somebody's way. And we just have to say, not today. I may not be this person yet. I'm going to grow into, and I want to grow into more. What else can I do out there? I'm going to be covering those things. And it's about, again, at the core, character. So let's get into this. I have other tabs open I'm going to get into here in a moment. So let's answer this. Can you really get a startup business loan up to 2 million with bad credit? How about good credit? So bad credit wise, your options are very limited. So getting a business loan from a bank, a traditional bank, a non-banking funder lender, a private lender, is very slim to none, closer to none, and it really is none. So with bad credit, can you get something that's up to 2 million? There's options and an option available depending on that lending source that you're not a startup. However, if you're a startup in terms of with less than 3 months time in business, you can say up to 12 months and even over a year a little bit, and what you've done in the business, you restarted the business, these different things. How long has the business been in operation? When did it get started? Date of inception? Is it in good standing? The licensing that you need, what you need, is it valid? There are a lot of things to look at. The date of inception, though, when you got started, and usually when you go to like a revenue-based funder, you're going to need at least 4 months of time in business with 3 months of bank statements. So if you're still in that startup phase and you have bad credit, there is a solution. I'll try to leave you more information down below. I have a questionnaire form you can fill out. I even have my link tree. So I'll likely link you to my link tree. So let me bring this open here. As you can see, I have this, and there are plenty of options here. The first one is if you wanted to start something separate that's not funding related. And I'm going to go into that here soon about something else that you can start, because most people, they do what they know, like, and trust. I was just on an Instagram live earlier, and I do these from time to time. It takes a lot of courage. I'm this introvert. I want to say shy. I'm just more cerebral. Like, I don't want to be in front of a video like I even am now. But I know this is what gives you a lot of value. And writing blog posts, showing up on social media and posting without a video is not always the way. And so I want to show up in a way where I'm going to give you the most value and give you a lot of help that you need, and not being misguided, because you see a lot of misguidance out there, misinformed, going the wrong direction, applying anywhere and everywhere. You probably have or thinking of doing that, going to the wrong source. They don't have your best interest at heart. Do they know funding at a high level? Do they know business at a high level? Do they know how to become the person, or are they that person? You don't see that often or at all. And if you have that standard, you have a higher standard, you got to elevate your temperature and raise your standard up. Even if you're not there yet, you know your vision. You have that vision. It's casted. You put the fishing rod out and you put the pole out to throw the length of the way into the water so that everything goes in. The worm is at the bottom, or whatever your bait is. You casted that line in. You keep it in there to get a bite. Even when it's not the right bite, you're not in the right area, the right location, the right market, the right product market fit. You're casting that line. And if you've been going and spinning your wheels over and over again, I completely get it, because I was that person. And I'll try to get into my story a little bit here soon. So right here is my link tree, and you'll see everything here from the first button. You can join my group to learn about how to start this other business that I have. That's autopilot, passive, you can build it into. And I have this right here, in fact. And so this is a 10,000 plus per month system, whether that's your goal, a couple thousand, a couple hundred, whatever your goals are and your goal is. And this is the other way because most people they stick to again what they know, like, and trust. It's what feels comfortable. Ooey gooey. I've done this, or I know somebody who has, and or know someone who has. And so, like the example of being a line cook, you go start a restaurant from the bottom up or acquire a restaurant. And that's human nature. That's fine. It happens. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing that, but that can be the thing that holds you back from growing the most. You're not stepping outside of your comfort zone to grow into something. And if you want something more from home, home base without having to have all the inventory, equipment, the commercial building, or whatever else that is, you have government contracts, those employees, and that you keep thinking about that you need to upgrade or will have to, and not sure if you're getting the right ones. And even when you do, can you do it well enough and have to macro manage? And at times that's fine to have, but what is it taking away from you? And how much more effort do you have to put into a business? Even in real estate, if you're not quite ready yet to put it there or want to do that because of the net free cash flow, net free profit of what you're getting, and then having to get more properties, and now they're really passive. What do you have to do with management, preventative maintenance management? And even if it's not a lot, there's more that you have to pay attention to. So we're in the digital age, and this is where you should start. And I'm not going to get into all the details here, but again, stepping outside of that comfort zone to do something that you didn't even think was even possible to do. And then once you're in it, you're like, yep, this is what I'm doing. And I've helped out so many people. Here's my Instagram account where sometimes I go live in case you didn't know this or you do. From time to time, I'll do a live to help. It's still weird for me to even do a video there or videos in general. Like I'm speaking to myself. It feels so uncomfortable and weird for me. And it takes a lot of courage. But those who are there, they listen. They will say something. I will help them solve their problem and problems, whatever the discussion is that day. And I'll speak on not only funding, but growth as a person, marketing and advertising, getting your business fundamentals and more than fundamentals correct, getting in the right business. And I've helped people who are in construction, trucking, restaurants, manufacturing, many businesses pivot from what they thought they wanted to do or are doing to building this online autopilot business where you have the right system, the right product and products, and the right people going into the system. And all you're doing is focusing on getting people into a system and a platform and a program. That's your only job, really. When you have the system, you have the products, products, high converting systems, you can set this up and going on autopilot. And I'm going to show you how to do this so you have something running for you 24/7 around the clock where it's low investment, lower risk. And that's what I would be doing. This is the best business to get into if you ask me in 2025, 2026, and beyond. This is the one. Without all the moving parts, what you can do from home, the freedom, not having to trade your time for money, not needing all this collateral and to get a loan for business credit cards, even that, and build and rebuild your personal credits and all this stuff that you have to take into your startup and even in a non-startup role. It's getting tiring, all the things that are going on. This is the way to go. And I have a group for this where I can show you how to do this. Now, I'm going to show you something else right now, which is a different group. This is not the one I'm going to show you how to do this here. I have a separate one, and I'll try to link that down below. If it's not there in time, I can share it with you. Just reach out to me. I'll leave my email in the description. This is my group here for people who need funding. If you need funding and for anything else, there are different options: merchant cash advance, small business loans, business credit, a lot of things that I do. And the group is constantly growing. I could have grown it to more by now, but I didn't do that. I kind of pivoted away from things, and it's just growing naturally. And down here, once you get to this part where it says featured, let me bring my red marker. You click on that post, watch the video. In the post, there should be a link and or in the comments. Click on, and it should take you to my guide section where you'll get started with my business credit building walkthrough and videos. So it's like a free mini course if you want to think about it that way, or just a free course in general. So that's what I would do when you go here to get into my free and private group. Make sure you answer the three things that are being asked for because I do check these things, and then I can accept you in, go in here, get started on the business credit building video series and videos that are there. You can start here on my guide section and go to guide one and begin there unless I've changed the format of it. But that's where I would begin and why business credit building is important. Here's some stuff on bad credit business credit cards and more on just credit cards in general, what business credit unlocks. And this is where you should begin. And getting a startup business loan is not even possible for that, for bad credit even good credit, it's difficult. Banks have to take the risk and on the principal and what they get paid on and what they make on points for the interest. So just imagine if you were to miss payments and not be able to make them continuously, get into default. Now they took everything and they put it on you. They put all their chips in you, or they just spread them out and you're missing. And there's more about this on banks that I'm not going to get all into and the structuring of the banks. So your best format, if you're not getting a micro loan, with the SBA, which is one option over here. What is a microloan? The microloan program provides loans up to 50,000 to help small businesses and certain non-for-profit childcare centers and expand. The average microloan is about $13,000. So you see that right there. Are you eligible? You can see through the details there on getting a microloan and so forth. So I can go into this detail per detail and go into why it's best to do this. But you can do this, as you see here, as it says on the right hand, for a startup and expand. The average microloan, again, is up to $13,000. Now, let me bring this back into view. That's one option, microloans, 401k, IRA, financing. You have an assets-based loan, hard money interest rate only loan. You have a DSCR to a 30-year mortgage on real estate. There's those. There's a few other ways you can get a personal term slash installment loan used for business by having somebody else apply and then personally guarantee it. A friend, a family member, a business partner. They don't have to be in the business too to help. So with them having better credit at around 680 personal FICO credit score. And generally, you're going to want 680 on all three consumer credit bureaus, as that's what most people are looking for now. And lenders, you're even seeing it from banks. And it just depends on what you're getting and the stipulations are in your current business model and what you're doing in business. So there are those options there available. Getting bad credit business credit cards, there are quite a few of them. You can go into like First National Bank, Business Edition, MasterCard, secured MasterCard. And with these, you'd have to use it with a deposit to secure it for a couple 500, 500 or a couple thousand, 1,000 to 2,000. If it starts at 2,000, the more you put into it, the more you can get out of it. And depending on the needs of the startup and even as a non-startup with bad credit. So there's that. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, you're getting a business secured card. There are different options to go into, and I'm not going to spend all the time today going into what each business credit card does and how it functions and so forth. So that gives you an idea of what you can do with bad credit and you're in a startup phase and you really do need the funds available. You can't self-fund your business or you've done enough to fund the business. You just don't know what else to do. You've reached out, you've looked for other ways. And I can give you so many more strategies on what you can go do to get funds available on like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Etsy, have your own store with low cost, very low to none to do, and what you're fulfilling on to get enough available funds to start that other business that you want or whatever that is. And like I said again, I have another way to do this and how you can build it. And I have my link tree down below where if you click on this one link right here, you'll see how the one side hustle plus one link equals 7 passive income streams. And I have a free and private Facebook group to show you where I've been helping out others build their digital business. And I can even send free paid traffic to your link. So what I do is I refer people to proven companies with proven products and proven systems on this side and one of my other businesses. And I can do that on autopilot. I can set it up and build it to be passively and have something running for me 24/7 around the clock. That's what I would recommend you do. And I've helped out so many people understand this business and why it's better than most. And I've reviewed the majority of businesses, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to getting the right business started and what you're doing to build cash flow, where you should put this into profits, reinvest into the business, and have something you can do from anywhere, from everywhere, and focus on digital products with higher profit margins and these business tools, marketing and sales tools, resources, training, having a members area where when you have a link that you share with somebody, when they join and anything that they pick up in the back office members area, because they're linked to you, that you get credit for it. That's what I would be focused on, building a low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, recurring, not just reoccurring, residual income business, something predictably coming in each and every single month. And with these tools that people get, like email marketing tools, software as a service, pages for websites, funnels, for courses they can build, for so much more. That's what you should be sharing with others. And there's different niches and that I've been a part of, but that's the one that you should be focused on. And I'm going to show you how to do this and do this the correct way. And that's why I have this link right here. When you check this out below, this one takes you into my other business group, not this one you're seeing right here. And I may have it in that link tree. If it's not in there, that's fine too. But this I might leave down below in the description so you can check that out. If it's not there, you can reach out to me. But you see now the name of it that you can just even search up on Facebook and find me there and join. And I showed you where to get started in the group, and you're going to get value, excuse me, going to get value in there as well in many ways. So I can get into all the different ways on why building business credit is helpful, accessing to working capital even with zero revenue, funding for marketing, hiring, inventory, and expansion, the power to acquire assets, vehicles, equipment, property, and not encumbering that even underneath your personal name, personal account, and your business's name, having it. How do you build it underneath your business account? Where are you getting started? And improving cash flow, profit margins, and negotiation power, operating on better margins, gross profit per line item, and having more in reserves overall. So you don't always have to disperse that cash flow if you needed it for emergency funds or you knew what you were using it for, but you're not going to get enough of an ROI or you're testing. You can afford to do more of that because you built your business credit. And business credit underneath like trade credit, the overhead being vendor credit, retail credit, fleet credit, service credit, and just business credit at 0% interest. That can start that way where you go into getting these net 30 accounts, Quill, Granger, Uline, etc. And then at the same time, getting access to a secured business credit card or starting with the personal secured card and then building your personal credit up if that's what you needed to do. With bad credit, you should be starting off with that because if you don't have access to bad credit, business credit cards, or you can't get enough of it or not enough of the deposit right now. So let's build our personal credit. Let's get into then unsecured on that side, or if it's on the business credit, then develop into an unsecured card. If it's not that one, it's another one. See how you do it, and then you start accessing more in cash flow. You start having more in reserves, more to unlock. You start putting that into more things, but you develop your business credit over 3 to 6 months of making your payments and on time, early payments. And that not only helps you on the business credit, but also personal credit side and having those report accurately and having history of reporting payments accurately on time. I've reviewed so many credit profiles and I've done a lot of analysis and I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. And then getting those business credit cards at 0% interest finally, even at a subprime level, but are you getting enough? And I can help you do multiple business credit cards at 0% interest with a combination of a personal term slash installment loan used for business. Or if you qualify for one over the other, you qualify for both, depending on what you need it to. So I hope this video gave you value. I know I didn't start typing things in. I could have gone down here and said, do this first. Do this first and then that, which I gave you some of that already, but you have the understanding business credit with net 30 accounts. You have other 45, 60. And then also you have to understand when you're getting paid, when you will get paid, and how long does it take to get paid from your customers, from all of your customers, vendors, suppliers, payments, what they're issuing you, how much they're issuing you. Having a strong relationship with them also matters so you don't get into something too soon. And then getting 0% interest. I have again, like you can call it a mini course or a course if you want when you go into my group and you go to the featured, click right here, getting started guide, and that'll guide you into my guides section. So that'll talk you through what I'm going to show you and get access to. So I hope that was of value. I hope that was helpful. You have a better understanding of what you can do, what options are available for startup business loans, and are those even available? It's very seldom. Syndication deals I can get into and all that stuff, but that just doesn't That's not the way to go, and what you're doing, that doesn't always happen and will happen. And I just wanted you to know that there are options: SBA loans, startup loans, wherever you're going into, and getting the best help possible from not only a funding expert, but somebody who's been through it, understands things at a high level, business at a high level, goes as a person with their right ethics, ethos, morals, principles, and somebody who is not much of a talker. I'm the, again, math person. I'm the one who will evaluate things and understand COGS, cost of goods sold, cost of sales, cost of service, cost of fill, cost to acquire, LTV, lifetime value. There's a lot more numbers to go through than what you just heard, and formulas that I go through, and I very much so do care. And if you're someone who wants to come into my inner circle of people who are already here, who I know, like, and trust, and vice versa, because I care. And I just don't open that to anybody and everybody because I want stability. I want that congruency, that consistency, and not from people who will just suck up my energy and time and be these time vampires who will always be so needy and don't ever do the thing that they were supposed to do with what I gave them, with when I gave it to them, and they don't appreciate it. Or you do, you're appreciative and grateful and thankful for it, yet there's something misaligned, something that's not adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing to. What's our common denominator? The common denominator to this is always that as you grow in business, it could get easier, it could get harder, it could get easier though, because I see a lot. And what gets harder in the common denominator, or what stays and what continues to be, and it can be at the beginning too. And I mean this with everything right here. I really care. Is what gets harder, what stays harder is usually people. Self-sabotage, a lot of things that go on. And as somebody who was once in a financial logistics position, being underpaid, I would say undervalued, there are many people relieved. Unfortunately, I'm one of them. I have to go back to unemployment benefits and food stamp cards again, many years ago. You could say over a decade now. Having to find my way. What do I want to do? What do I want to start? Just go get another job, career, more certifications, more schooling. I was an academic student. I stayed at this position for stability reasons. I've done construction, manufacturing, warehousing was once a rampage in a career role. Dispatch did not like a few things, but sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do to get through. And then helping on the marketing, financial side, financial logistics position for a huge contracting company servicing HP and others, and doing a lot of stuff up here too: data budgeting, inventory, supply chain logistics, shipping and receiving, coordination with truckers, different departments, lifting media boxes to deliver from time to time, being forklift certified. I was confined space certified too, and quite a few things. And I've gone through it. I've tried to figure out different avenues. I have a lot of life experience too, and I'm only growing into more life experience and with others who are showing me a way too, in a different way. And I'm even guiding others. And that's what I want to send you to becoming a better person overall, because it's not all about funding. There's more to this. Wherever we started and then we got into funding, or we started with funding, then we went in here, you're going to have something better with yours truly. And if you desire, you want that, and not just tire kicking, because I don't want tire kickers. Please just don't even start. I don't do that. I'm not going to be a person judging or putting people down. I don't do that. I just keep to myself. I'd rather keep to myself and not get in anybody's business, like in that kind of way, and help you though, to help you grow. And I have my processes, my system set in place, my questionnaire form, and how I do that and give you a customized solution so you can get the best funding option. I'm not the one who spends their time on the phone or every time on the phone. And in the beginning, for clarity reasons, it might make sense if it makes sense, or for other ways, and it makes sense to start that way. But I have a questionnaire form in the way that I do things that can help you and have this flow in the best way possible. So for we're not wasting our own energy and time, okay? Because I've been in this long enough and I know a lot of people who will tire kick, and I'm tired of it. It's sickening, it's tiring, and this is why I do less volume. I've been doing less volume for years now because I want quality. I don't want all quantity. I want quality. And that's what I have. And if I can open up my doors for you and I'm doing here, just don't waste it. Do not waste it by doing whatever you want to do and going out there to find something that doesn't exist. Oh, I know who those people are, and that's you, it's you. If it is, it's okay. The thing is, we need education, okay? And I'm understanding of all these things. Who better than an introvert who's cerebral? When I don't say it, I'm thinking it or I have thought it. I'm thinking of it in another way now. I'm here to help. But when you don't show up, you are wasting my energy and time. Ooh, and I'm nice and I'm kind. And I don't want to be feeling like that at the end of the day when I get out of my office, decide my hours I can work, okay, because it's my own business, that I felt like I'm thinking about this other entity and this person who just did that. And they're wasting my time. And I have family and I have energy and time I want to devote to other means, community support, mentorship, and more things that I want to do. So why are you here wasting my energy and my time? Okay. So I mean that kindly and nicely. I'm a very kind and nice person. I don't want to be the one bringing that up, but who else will? Okay. So I just want you to understand that I'm transparent. I'm very helpful. I'm gonna put my arm over your shoulder. It's like you've been looking at and communicating with a friend that you've known for many years. That's what people will say. And I don't put up a facade or try to please somebody and just put up with it. I don't do that. Okay. I walk away from things, from projects because they're not that meaningful. It's not the right time. The amount of energy and time, it's not what I want to do right now. I can decide, thankfully and gratefully. So if you want to work with somebody who has high character, morals, principles as a person in business, their values in business as a person, and knows funding at a high level, I've been doing this for years. And those of you who know me and know me as a person. And I thank you. You don't know, I can't express the words. Thank you. Down below in the description, and or if there's a pinned comment, look there to get started with my link tree and anything else that I have. Email in the description. Reach out to me. I want to help. I'm not money driven, like I'm taking this and I'm just whatever running away from my own excursions or whatever I'm doing to go meet my needs in my own life personally. Like I'm not materialistic. I don't need the biggest house. Be having millions and still say, hey, I got enough of a home. There's more in that than just the money. It's not the money, it's the community, it's the support, what you do to help people, the happiness you put in your employees' faces, the smiles that they have externally, internally, your customers, people who rely and depend on you. And again, if that's not the business you want to be in and you want to do something online where I can help you duplicate this, you can help others too, and do it ethically, this is the way to go. And again, how you get access to this is in my bio. I'm used to saying that sometimes when I'm on Instagram live. You go here, wherever you're watching this from, click on the link. You'll see this first button. Click right there. You're going to see what I believe to be a better startup. And even as a non-startup, you're sick and tired of things, 9 to 5, even in a current business, whatever that is, I'm going to help you. And you're going to see this and go, man, I wish I would have heard from him. And I wish I would have known this. Then I wouldn't have done that thing, or I would have stopped, or I would have kept doing it. I'll have this on the side. This will then overcome this. Now I can leave what I have over here. This is fueling my business right now. This can fuel this so I can do this more of it and at a higher pace and at a higher rate. Everything underneath the first button, business credit building, video series, business funding submission form, real estate form, my story, how it started, and what I went through, more of that too. And you can also find this in my group, like I was going into. That's where I would begin, and that's where I would start. You'll see what I can keep adding more with the guides section. And yeah, so that's everything for me. Look down below in the description and or in the pinned comment. Pinned comment. If you can't smile and laugh at yourself, yes, I can be weird and awkward at times, but I embrace that. Weird is the new normal. And weird doesn't mean less, lower, bad. It can mean different, indifferent in so many ways that you're supernatural, so many different abilities and gifts that you have. So stop trying to blend in with everyone else and look at how you can be different. I'll talk to you soon.